back to another tutorial of iPhone app development. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss the Swift basic concepts. In the Swift basic concept, we are going to discuss data type, and in the data type, we are going to discuss strings and characters. If you remember, in my previous video, I promised to create a separate video for string and character because it is going to take a longer time than the previous data type, double, float and boolean. We have discussed double, float and boolean in our previous tutorial. So if you haven't gone through my previous tutorial, you may click the thumbnail and get back to the previous tutorial before going further, so that it may be very clear to you how we discuss string and a character in this video. So let us start with string and a character. Before moving further, it is my humble request, please click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed my channel, because in that case you will be able to get the notification of my upcoming video and the Swift basic concept. You can learn the Swift basic concept very easily with my tutorials. So let's move further with the string and character. So what is a character? As we all know, in an English language, a character is a unique letter or alphabet. It denotes a character, and a collection of character is always called a string. So a character is a single character string literal. Suppose you have a digit, but it is a single digit. Suppose you have an alphabet, but it is a single alphabet. Then you make create a variable or a constant of data type character for that. But this is rarely used. Most of the time we use string for that, but it is a good practice if you are very confident that your variable or your constant is going to be only one character and not more than that. So this is what the character is. It can store a single character string literal, can include the emoji or a language other than English as an character in Swift using the escape sequence. How we will use a emoji or a character in Swift? We use a escape sequence like this /u, and we use a curly braces, and inside this we write a code, and this is going to denote my emoji. So we will be creating an emoji and we will be creating a data type of a character, and the thing will become more clear to you. See how we create an emoji? We use a /u and we have written a code inside the curly braces, and this is going to print a heart space. The code is 2665 for the heart shape. So this is what the character is. Let us create a character in our playground and the thing will become more clear to you. Data type, what we will create first is a constant, and then we will create a variable, and then we will create a emoji with a character data type. So let me create a constant with a character data type. I am going to create a See, I have created a constant char with a character data type, and I have added here a small w, or I can add a capital W also, and now I can run my code. When I run my code, you can run your code either like this, or you can run your code with you long press here and create a manual running. Now I am using a automatic run. So I am running my code and my W will be stored in a char constant. So this is a constant of a data type character. In the meantime it is running, let me create a variable. How we will create a variable? I will use a var keyword and I will name it char2, and I will use a character data type, and I will write, you can use a W. It is okay to create a 2W, but you cannot use the same name. You can use the same value, but you cannot use the same name for the variable or a constant. So here my constant is created. You can say a constant, and here you are creating a variable. See, a variable is created. Now let me create a emoji. You can use a emoji with a constant also. I am writing a emoji. This is the name of my constant, and I am using a data type of character, and I am writing double quote, and inside my double quote I am writing slash u and two curly braces, and inside the curly braces let me write the code 22664 which I discussed for the heart shape. So it will create a heart shape. See, heart shape is created with a inside a emoji, and it is of data type character. So what if I use a double alphabet? See, I will get a error. Yes, I am getting an error, and the error is saying that cannot convert a value of type string to a specified type character. You have named it character, but you are using a string. So moving to the string. String is a collection of character. So we are going to create a string, and we are going to discuss the string for the character data type for a data type. String data type. A string data type is simply a collection of character, as we already discussed. Can assign a value of string type using a string literal. A string literal is a collection of characters surrounded by a double quote. A character also is in a character also we use a double quote, and in a string we also use a double quote. See, all the character can be used, all the character data type can be a string data type, but all the string data type cannot be a character data type. You can use a string data type for all the character data type, but for all the string data type can never be used for a character data type. Is it clear? See, you have created a character with a W, but you can use a string for W also. See, let me open my playground. If you have created, see, I am just going to copy and paste these three codes, and now I am going to use a string here. No error will be shown. Yes, error will be shown because I am using this name, similar name. So I am just changing the name with a underscore sign, and now no error will be shown. You in place of a character you can use a string, but for a string you cannot use a character. Okay, so I have created a char underscore, and this is our string data type, and I have used only a single character here. It is okay to use a single character, but what you need to do is you need to use a collection of character if you are using a string data type, but it is not mandatory. You can use a single single alphabet also. So see, you have created a string, and yes, a emoji can also be created with a string data type. See, I have created an emoji with a string data type, so this is okay. So this is very easy and very clear what is a string and what is a character. So let me open my slide. A string is simply a collection of character and can assign a value of a string data type using a string literal. A string literal is a collection of characters surrounded by double quote. Now there are various type of escape sequences that are supported in a string data type. So what are the escape sequences that are supported? /0 is for the null character. Double slash is a plain this is a plain. Backslash, /t is a tab, and /v is a vertical tab, /r is a carriage return. These are the, let me discuss one of these. Let me discuss /t. So let me write here /t. This is just going to add a tab over here. See, you will get a tab over here. If I write /0, see what will happen with the /0? Null character is added, nothing is added. So /0 is a null character, double slash is a backslash. So let me see how I can use a backslash. Double slash, if I use a double slash, see, what happened? Backslash is used here. Then you have slash v slash r, slash v and slash r. I am just going to add slash v and slash r. Slash v will add a vertical tab, but this is invalid because this has changed in Swift 5. Slash v is not used. Let me see if slash r is used or not. Slash r is for the, it is printing slash r, nothing has happened. This is also not used in Swift 5. Carriage return, slash and quotation mark, double quote. Slash and quotation mark. Let me use slash and quotation mark, double quote. See what happened. See, a double quote is added, a quote is added. If you want to add a quote, you use this. Okay, and then single quote is also used. Let me use a single quote is also used like this. You can see a single quote over here. And then this we have discussed, a Unicode character. We used a heart shape. So now multi-line string literal. What is a multi-line string literal? If you need a string that spans several lines, use a multi-line string literal. A sequence of characters surrounded by 3 double quotation mark. A multi-line string literal include all the line between its opening and closing quotation mark. A string begin with the first line after opening quotation mark and end with the line before closing the quotation mark, which means that neither of the string below start or end with the line break. Line string literal. Let me create a string literal with a multi-line. So let me name this string literal as a multi-line. String. And now I am going to create a multi-line string literal. What I need to do is put this 3 quotation mark, take a line, new line, write anything, take anything else, write anything else, write something as a multi-line, and then place this 3 multi-line, 3 quotation mark below. So the multi-line string literal with the line next to this, and then ends with a line previous to this 3 quotation marks. So this is a multi-line string literal is created. So let me print this multi-line string literal, and you can see how this is created. You can see a multi-line string literal is created. Anything we write inside this will be written as a multi-line. See how much space you need to give. If you want to give a tab bar over here, it will take a tab bar. See, let it run. See, a tab bar is also taken. So anything you write inside this triple quotation mark will be taken as a multi-line string literal. So this is how a multi-line string literal is created. The next thing we are going to discuss is a delimiter. So let me just open the delimiter part. So what we are going to discuss next is this multi-line string literal we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss this extended string delimiter. So what is an extended string delimiter? A extended string delimiter is something which is used to create a spatial literal string literal, which is used to write, which is used to take a spatial string literal as a simple string. So what we are going to discuss is, you can place a string literal within an extended delimiter to include the spatial character in a string without invoking their effect. Include a spatial character in a string without invoking their effect means, if you want to take a new line, if you want to write /n without invoking the effect of the /n is used to take a new line. So you want to take a /n, but you don't want to invoke the effect of the /n. You want to only write /n, not the effect of the /n. So in that case, you will take a extended string delimiter. So let me create this extended string delimiter, and how this extended string delimiter will be created. We are going to put this hash sign over here, and inside within the hash sign you are going to write your string. So just let me create this, take this extended string delimiter. Let extended string delimiter and I am going to take it as a string. And how I am going to create this extended string delimiter? I will take this double quotation mark and a simple quotation mark over here, and I will write anything inside it. But what I am going to do is take a hash sign over here like this, and I am going to write /n over here. See, I am going to use a /n, but the /n will not be invoked. The effect of the /n or /t or /r will never be invoked if I use this hash sign. So this is what a extended string delimiter is. Let me print this like this. See, you will see a /n. This letter will be printed with /n. The effect of the /n is not invoked. This is called a extended string delimiter. The next thing we are going to discuss is a operation on string. So what are the different operations that are done on string? String comparison, string concatenation and string interpolation. We are going to discuss these three operations in string. So let me start with the string comparison. How you are going to compare two strings. Suppose you have two strings. The first string is a first string, I can say a first str, and I am putting the value inside this first str as like this. Let me take a genuine value, a tree I am going to take, and now I am going to create a second string. Suppose I am going to create a second string like this, second string like this, and I am going to a mango tree like this. Now you can see a mango tree and a tree. Both the string are different. Now how I am going to compare them? It is very simple. Use a if else statement. If a first str is equal to a second str, then you are going to operate something, else you are going to do anything else. You are using a is equal to sign to compare a string. Now suppose a tree is equal to a tree, but it is of letter capital tree. So, or you can use a caps lock and write like this. Both the tree are same, but this is a uppercase and this is a lowercase tree. So if I compare these two strings, then the control will go to the else part, because the second str is of caps. So in that case, let me print comes to if part, and in here I am going to write comes to else part. And now you can see what is printed is a else part is printed if I am going to use a caps tree over here. So a comparison sign double is equal to sign is going to compare a string to string, but they should be in the same case. If the first string is in the uppercase, the second string should also be in uppercase. So the comparison will be according to the case sensitive comparison. So if you want to compare these two strings but you want to avoid or ignore the case sensitivity, you can do one thing is that you can use a first string dot. A first string is in a lowercase, so you can convert this the second string to lowercase. So you can write like this, a second string dot lowercase. Now the second string will be lowercase and the first string is already in a lowercase. So now this will come to the else part, because the second string when comes to a lowercase letter, it becomes equal to the first string. So it comes to the else part. So this is one more feature of a string, the dot lowercase and dot uppercase. You can use a dot uppercase also, but we can use a dot uppercase for like this dot uppercase, and I am going to use this a second string. So in that case also it will come to a if part. It is going to come to the if part. See, so it will come to the if part. The closure expression is unused. See, everything is correct, so it is going to come in the if part. So this is another feature, lowercase and uppercase, and we have compared two string. Now how will you concatenate two string? Just put a plus sign. We are using all the mathematical operation for the string. We are using a double equal to sign for comparing. We are using a plus sign for concatenating two strings. So let me create a third string. Str is to string, and we are going to put a first string. Its value will be first string plus a second string, and the third string will become a tree plus tree. So tree and tree will be printed. See, both the string are concatenated. You can use a space over here like this. You can use a just like this. Now three strings are concatenated. A tree, a space and a tree will be printed. See, a space is also printed over here. So this is how a concatenation of a string is done. And the third thing is a string interpolation. String interpolation is a very interesting thing. It is something like you have to print a value of a string. Like our first string is this and the second string is this, and let me write a third str will be this, the first str and second str. So if you want to write a tree and a third str, let me write, let it be a mango tree, mango tree, or you can say my, and here you will write name is, or you can say my okay, my name is, and the third string will become the first string plus second string, or you can use another string over here. Let name str is to string is equal to, let it be xyz. So when I am going to write a third string, the third string, and I just want to write my name is xyz, then I will write a first string plus second string. Yes, I need a space in between them, so I am using a space over here, and then I will write a second string, and then I am going to do one thing, and that is I am just going to put this like string, a first string plus space plus second string, and plus I will write the value of this. Value of what? I am going to write the value of a name str. A third string will become my name is XYZ. A value of name str will be XYZ. My name is XYZ. So this is how a string interpolation. This is what the string interpolation is. We use double quotation mark, or you can use here integer. Write over here 10, and my marks is 10. So it is going to print my name or my marks is 10. My marks is 10. So a third str. This is what the string interpolation is. We use double quotation mark, we use slash sign, we use a bracket, and whatever we write inside this will create a value of that string. So this is what the string interpolation. Interpolating a string like this. The value of a string like this. So this is what the string interpolation is. Built-in string function is empty, capitalized, uppercase, lowercase, length, and has prefix. Let me discuss this thing one by one. Is empty. Suppose you have a name str or you have a first name str. So I just want if a first str has any string value or not. Has any string value or not means it has a value of my right now. If I have no value, then there will be only quotation mark and nothing will be written inside it, and no space is also inside it. So this is a empty string. So I just want to check if a first str is empty or not. So how I will check? I will just write if first str dot is empty is equal to true, then comes to if part, then comes to if part. Just write this, comes to if part, else, comes to else part, like this, comes to else part. So this is what the string is empty is used. It is a boolean it has a boolean value of true and false. So whenever I write a string dot is empty, it is going to check if that string is empty or not, and it will give me a boolean value true or false. So I am just comparing this with is empty. Is capitalized is doing the same thing. I will check if the string is capitalized or not. So if I write here is capitalized, is capitalized, no, capitalized will capitalize my str, my string. So if I write first string dot is capitalized is first string dot capitalized, then it will give me a string with all the character capitalized. So if I write a third str to be, or a str is having a value of is equal to first string capitalized, then str will have a value of my with all the letter capitalized. Invalid redeclaration. So str is already taken. I am going to take another variable or lambda constant. So this is what capitalized is doing. It is capitalizing my string, but only the first letter of the string. The next thing is uppercase and lowercase. Uppercase will capitalized all the string, all the character of the string to uppercase, and lowercase will capitalize capitalize or will change all the character of a string to lowercase. Length and count, it is going to, what is length and count? A string has how many character a string is having. So if I write a first string dot count, if it is having a value of integer, so if I write first string dot count, then it is going to provide me all the number of character the string is having. So the string is having only 2 characters, so 2 is returned. So this is length or count. And has prefix. Has prefix, as a name suggests, will provide me, if I want to check if my first str has a prefix m, then I will write if, like this, if a first str dot has prefix m, then comes to if part, it will come to if part only. So this is what the built-in string variable. So with this we come to the end of this string tutorial, and we are going to discuss, now we will be discussing array, dictionary and tuples in our next tutorial. So goodbye for now.